Tounde is a guy that, we talked about, physically very, very strong. And like we talked about before, instant impact guy. We talked about just right there with Xavier Stanton. Probably going to take a little bit of time for him to be able to really get to where he wants. Saul, when you watch this kid, though, players that are built like this, they don't come around a lot. A lot of times these people, they're kind of built like a Carter Bryant, which is the way that most high school kids are supposed to be built. Get a player like this in there. You don't have to worry about him having to get with Chris Rounds before he's on the table. No. You already know that he is ready to go, depending on what he can do.
No, that kid's built. He's built. He's ready to go. Definitely. Obviously, like, he gives you kind of like Lou Dort kind of vibes in terms of his tenacity, his aggressiveness. He can score. He's good with the ball, but like he's just a good all around player. And defensively, he really gets after it. He's diving on the ball for loose, or diving on the court for loose balls. Like, he's just, again, you need dogs on your team. And I think that's the other transition that maybe I don't think Tommy will outright say it, but I do think that he likes the mentality, especially as it comes to the college game, a little bit more from the American players than maybe the European players. Maybe the European players come in and maybe the mentality in terms of physicality and aggressiveness isn't as to the point where he likes it.
Right.
And he kind of learned that maybe the first couple of years. And so now that's the type of player they're going to run after.
What's nice about this too is that there's going to be an overhaul in this roster the following season. Caleb Love obviously is coming back, but he will be out of eligibility after this. Then you've also got KJ Lewis, who the coaching staff expects will go off to the NBA after that year. Yeah. You're going to have multiple opportunities here to be able to get instant impact players. And again, they'll hit the portal for it. But when you see somebody like Tounde, yes, please sign me up for 2 Toundes, especially if they want to be able to do that. That was good.
Yeah, Toundes.
That was very, very good. And I wanted to get into something else about this too. Lloyd has really, I think, carved out a very nice little spot in Southern California. Again, I'm not going to sit here and say that, that he's running the state, but he's done a pretty good job. Look at it. Kylan Boswell, obviously didn't work out, but he was a 5-star kid out of California. Carter Bryant, 5-star kid out of California. Yeah. You look at not Manuel Steven, excuse me. You look at Tounde Yessoufou, 5-star kid or 4 or 5-star kid out of California. Braden Burry's another one we're talking about. He has really started to stake his claim in that California region, and honestly, he's done a really, really nice job of it. And that's something too that every coach has kind of that little breadbasket approach. For a while, Sean Miller's was Northern California. Yeah. With those Oakland Soldiers, you're dealing now with a guy that he's getting Southern California. And I think more importantly, there's a little bit of a power vacuum there. We talked about this before. Mick Cronin, who really wants to play for Mick Cronin? And then on top of that, USC Eric Musselman. I like Muss, but if it's Muss or Tommy Lloyd, I'm probably looking at Tommy Lloyd. Very good stuff, Saul.
Yeah, very good stuff. I don't know. I think Tommy Lloyd is going to end up getting to more Final Fours. Oh man, we're gonna set up.
Say it.
We're gonna set up. I think he's going to end up getting to more Final Fours eventually by the end of his career than Luke. So
you got more than 5.
I think he's going to get to at least 5.
All right. Wow.
I think once the first one hits, then it'll start to trickle in and it'll become a little bit more routine than it has been.
Yeah.